What is up, divergent friends? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Of course, this is cognitive dissonance, although we're not real dissonant tonight. Oh, thanks for the shades, Golden Crisp. What up, Death Memes? Cloud Watcher, I see you out there. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. Lawrence T, Frightening Me, K Ria, Dead Skulls, Lineale, Mikey B, Delina, Dennis Lindsay, Vlad's, good to see ya. What's going over here? What's up, Soul Rico? My Wonder Mod. Hi, Jayla. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So what is good, people? It's my birthday. So, I never come on here by myself, right? I've always got some kind of wingman with me. You guys know Alara's out there doing her thing at ESETI. Apparently, she did really well. Her presentation was really well received. Um, it was something that you know was worked on for a while, and I guess she talked about um, evidence of intelligent design, right? Evidence of intelligent design, and I guess the people really liked it. She did well. Um, but I figured I would jump on here with you guys for a little bit, and maybe do an AMA. See if you guys had anything you wanted to ask or anything you wanted to say. I think I might drop the link. Thanks, One Eagle 5 for the can. Um, Thought I might drop the link later, let some people call in, see if you guys want to come talk some shiz with me. Thanks, Amy Butterfly Beacon, for the phone. Good to see you. Hi, Inez. Hi, Cads. Hi, Greg. Maria, Taylor Osteen, Jorge, what's going on? Yeah, so I didn't really have a plan for this show today. There's so much shit we could talk about. I just was fox hopping around a bit. I was watching Brothers Uncensored. You guys know I was on there last week. I saw them talking about the Fauci thing. Did you guys see that video today? Fauci and Rand Paul. That was classic. Thanks, Texas Q. Thanks, Belushi. What's going on? Yeah, that was epic. Fauci's like hands were shaking and shit. He was mad. Like, you're the liar. Like, no, bruh. We know. Like, we know what is going on here. It's crazy. I saw some crazy shit this week going on with that. You guys know the narrative is being amped again. The Delta V, man, it's the Delta V, guys. We gotta watch out. In France, thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. In France, they were talking about prison time. Man, listen, prison. If you okay, so they said in France, like you can go to the bar and shit. You can go, to public places, but you got to have that vax pass, right? And if you show up and you're caught without your vax pass, it's 6 months in prison. And if you're a business owner and you knowingly let people in there without their pass, it's a year in prison for you, right? Just I look at where the world is today compared to where it was even like 3 or 4 years ago, and my freaking head spins. Like, I'm blessed. I'm down here in, the middle. I'm Christian Iraq, down here in the middle of red state nowhere, and it was the best decision I ever made. Like, I haven't put on a mask. I haven't been questioned by anybody. I don't have anybody bothering me. I'm out here in no man's land. But for you guys that are living in metropolis, and in these various metropolises around here, I don't know. Thanks, Share Within, for the can. No, Texas Q, I am not a developer, right? I actually what I do is I work. So I fact check. You guys know that, and I'm under NDAs. I can't really talk about a lot of it. I fact check. I fight the good fight, guys. Um, Aw, thanks, Karen Hare, Texas Bear, Mystic Wanderer. Thank you for all the love, guys. Thank you for all the love. So I fact check, and then I work with another company that trains algorithms. I guess I could say that. Um, Trains algorithms. I don't do the development. It's more of the human interaction side of this whole robot uprising shenanigans, right? Um, Sometimes it feels like I'm working for the devil. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I try to put my own spin on things. I figure there have got to be more people out there like me, just trying to keep things 100, not come with the bias. What up, Day Tripper? Good to see you. Let's see. Forest Hawk says, why would any healthy person with a natural immune rate? Yeah, I know, right? Communist psyop coup. Well, I did a video on subversion and how they start generationally. I mean, it's like this is a long-term plan, right? And they start to put these ideas into the minds of the young and the impressionable, and it grows. And that's what we're seeing. They get help from the academics, the intelligentsia, these uber smart folks that think they know better than you know what's good for you. Thanks, Weaponized Truth, for the cookie. Much love, much love. So yeah, I am not a developer, but I do work with some of these systems, and I'll tell you, man, some of the shit I see, bruh, it's wild. Let me see what's going on over here on DLive. Yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, throw them in the chat. France needs a truly old. You would think, right? I mean, France is like a place of great revolutions. Like, come on, guys, get on it. They're out there causing a ruckus right now. I mean, get on it. Hey, Leyland, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, will AI house disembodied entities that have always existed in other dimensions here in our physical realm? I don't, once they have the bandwidth that's available with quantum computing, I think the possibilities will open up. I really do. I don't know that they have the capacity for that now. I mean, I assume that any consciousness, whether it's embodied or not, if they can get a read on it, could be scanned and formatted, if that makes sense. I definitely think, aside from just AI, I definitely think, thanks Filter Dog for the gold pills, thanks Tanya Roman, thanks for the happy birthday love, thanks for the super chat. I definitely think, yes, robot rants, Belushi, it's always robot rants with me, you guys know what it is. I definitely think that these people have opened some doorways. I mean, back in the day, right, you got Jack Parsons in the Babylon working out in the desert, one of the founders of JPL. Thanks, Mike Honcho, for all the cookies. I appreciate ya. They said that Babylon working ritual went according to plan. I think they opened a portal. This is one of the things Laura and I talk about all the time, and I think she's starting to see the light, guys. Don't you jump on me, Belushi. But I think these people cracked open what we think of as the veil. And I think shit has been coming through. I think shit has been coming through. I know that personally, like you guys know, and I've talked about it before, my house is haunted. Thanks, Gary. Good to see you. I've had these experiences since I was a kid, but seeing things that other people couldn't see. It was one of the reasons why, even in my darkest days, it's like I knew there was something more. I knew there was something else. What up, Amy Joe? But the intensity and the number, I guess, of experiences has been almost increasing exponentially over the years. What up, Cuddy? My cousin's in the house. Aw. They better not be making you wear masks there. I tell everybody all the time, like, don't listen to that shit. Come down here. Cuddy, come down here. You know you got a place with me. Period. Always. Always. But the number, and the intensity of the experience, it's like it's easier for these things to push their way through. And I think the technologies that they've been using, I am a fan of science, but I think CERN is on some bullshit, guys. I mean, they do good shit there for sure, but I think that they, they're also on some shenanigans low key, right? Not even really low key. I mean, they're kind of out there with it now. Whole sacrifices in front of Shiva and whatnot. Like, I think they're just putting it out there. Like, they put it where you can see it. It's not a surprise. They ain't fooling no damn body. Yeah, of course, frightening me. But I think I think that some of these technologies are just, if not widening the rift, definitely thinning the veil. I mean, that's something you hear people say all the time. Like, the veil is getting thin. Like, yeah, no, literally, I believe scientifically, that the whatever it is that differentiates our dimension from subsequent next dimensions, anything, I think that is becoming extremely weak, and I think it's allowing a lot of things through. And I also, I go back to the Bible on this. I think this was foretold. We knew that these things were trying to find a way back over here. So that's, definitely. Yes, they are up to no good for sure, Belushi. Let me see. Hi, Addie. Good to see you. I'm also not an alcoholic. No worries. Let's see. Yes, hence the Mandela effect. If you reach, Adeline says, hence the Mandela effect. If you reach into another place and take data, you have to replace it with data from here. That's why the laws, in her opinion, of entanglement. Exactly. Thanks, Tamja Rao, for the can. Texas Q. I'm smart and informed, can get down redneck. That's right, sir. I will get down like a bro. I'm telling you. I do try to stay informed though. Aw, thanks for the super chat. Much love for the birthday love. Noctua Rising. Good to see you here. Good to see you. Yeah, definitely not low key at CERN. I mean, I think they tried low key at first, but what's going on Friday? What's supposed to happen Friday, Texas Bear? Food, water, salt. Why? Did I miss something, guys? Help me out here. What's going on Friday? And yes, Belushi, quantum entanglement. Let me see. What else is going on here? Speaking of subversion, Yuri Brezmanov, Addie, I featured him prominently in my video, and I was making the point about subversion, guys, that this was a long-term Russian plan, but the Chinese co-opted that like masters. In fact, it was the Chinese that started ideological subversion back in the dynastic days when they were having problems with the dynasties. They knew, and this comes from Sun Tzu, that one of the best ways to defeat your enemy was to never have to actually fight. You defeat them from within. You get their kids, you get their mind state. That's right, America. But yes, Yuri Bezmenov was in. I featured him prominently in my video. His words will never leave my mind. I see that shit all around me all the time, and it does not escape me for sure. Let's see, what else? What up, Base Recap? Thank you. Things are supposed to drop this week. I see, Day Tripper. Yeah, right, Cloud Watcher. I just stay prepared. Like, I don't know. I'm prepped up. Whether shenanigans go down now or later. You gotta be ready, man. You gotta be ready. Yes, Forest Hawk, infiltration versus invasion. Like, I don't think, I don't think an invasion, like, as we think of invasion of this country, is a very practical thing. Not with us still being armed. right? But if you can get the populace to turn on themselves, well, that's just brilliant from a military standpoint. I mean, from a strategic standpoint, and I think we drastically underestimate our enemies. I think that, and I've said this before, and like, I'm all for knockdown, drag out, like, brawl, right? I'm cool with that. But Americans tend to think like, man, what did Bush call shock and awe? Like, we're just gonna go in there and smash shit and take names like that. That's great, right? That's great. But our enemies are playing a different game, and I do think that we underestimate them, especially them working together, right? You guys know, I think, I said this before. I thought if Trump won the election, Russia would rock with us. If he didn't, Russia was going to rock with China. And damn it, if that's not what they did. Let's see. Something we've been looking at. Power, False Freddy, chats. Well, I said it a while ago. We had Cyber Polygon on the 9th of this month. Right? Now, we know that when they have these simulations, and I mean, look at all the, we've been getting this cyber attack narrative pushed, and it's not like it's not happening. This is actually happening, right? I mean, it's the easiest way. It's the easiest way now. I mean, warfare is something that's been completely redefined by the interconnectedness that has come from this technological revolution that they continue to push. Because for some reason, Klaus Schwab and co. and all these guys, like, it's our greatest weakness, but it's also their answer for everything. We need more interconnectedness. And if you notice, when I did my Cyber Polygon video recently, I said, this was all about the digital ID, right? All of it was coming down to you know what? As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it, guys. I'm going to click on something. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. We never know what's going to happen when I click on something. I did order a computer. It's going to be a minute before it gets here, but I did do that. But for the moment, let me see if I can find. I still have a Twitter account, guys, in case you didn't know. I had disguised myself a while ago. Thanks, T Anomaly. Much thank you for all the birthday gold pills, guys. Let me see, because I just saw something about this today. Compulsory COVID biometric IDs announced for September, right? Not here. I think this is in the UK. The Vax Pass and all of this stuff. This is a build up to when and like I said, Cyber Polygon. When everything crashes, we can save you, but this is how we're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to submit, guys. We'll make sure this never happens again. We'll get you back up and running after they crash everything out. You're gonna need that digital ID. My opinion, in any case. I could be completely wrong. Who am I? I'm just somebody who talks shit on the internet, right? Media is the propaganda arm of the intelligence agencies. Yes. Fact check true. Right? Fact check true. Ate half your Uncle Ben's. Mikey B, you better get on it. Right? I got a lot of rice here. Rice and beans, because God knows those things will last forever. Dry goods, right? Noctua Rising says, I saw this morning they're doing a nationwide emergency broadcast test on August 11th. I saw that too. I get a little amped anytime I see that. Green Dragon, is your house haunted? Listen, Green Dragon says, I have a non-physical guest that seems to be benevolent. I will say this. Whether you know it or not, you're sharing space, right? As long as these things aren't causing you any personal ruckus or sucking your energy or causing problems with people at your house, it's best to just let it be, right? I would say don't even acknowledge it, right? I would say don't even acknowledge it. Just let it be where it's at. Let it be in its space. Now, if you've got something in your house that is able to physically interact, thanks, Texas Bear, for the shades. Yeah, I'm always ranting about Schwab, right? If you've got something in your house that has the capacity to physically interact, That's something else. Even if it seems benevolent at first, sometimes these things will try to gain your trust so that you will interact. And as you interact, you kind of feed these things. So, I'd be careful with that. I would be careful with that. Pressure cooker for beans takes lots of energy to cook. Catherine, if you soak them in water overnight and they soften up, it's a little bit easier. Mike Lindell is going to drop a Moab previous to alert. I don't know. Guys, I try to not get super amped or on the hopium train. You know what I mean? Like, I try to just look at things as they are and like, okay, here are the possibilities. It could be A, B, C. Now, if this happens, I need to do this. If this happens, I need to do this. I just try to be prepared for any contingency just in case. Because God knows, every time I get my hopes up, like, this is definitely about to happen, some things, shit never happens. Can you discern between spirit or stealth bots? Both patrons say, let me tell you something about bots. There are a lot of these things, and I work with them, that you wouldn't even, like, if I didn't know what I was looking at, I wouldn't even know it was a bot. I don't know that there's a good way to discern even that. I really don't. I mean, they'll come back with personal stories. Like, these things have been programmed to, they have backstory, everything. I mean, they'll come with completely natural syntax, even to the degree that they make common grammatical errors or common spelling mistakes or whatever. Like, and some of them are freaking crazy. Like, they said robots are racist. Like, no joke, man. Like, that is true. A lot of these things were fed from the internet. I mean, their base programming was created based on input from, various Reddit, Twitter, social media sites. It's all fed into this bot, and it creates its own amalgam. It's something else for sure. Foil works for our technocrat overlords. Bruh, I want to quit my jobs, believe when I tell you. Eventually I will. Right now, like I said, I fight the good fight. Just know that. We haven't hit the precipice yet. No, I don't think so. That's just me. No, I don't think we have. I don't think and I said this when I was on with Average Joe the other day. Belushi, I need the Robot Rants t-shirt, Belushi, I'm telling you. It'll be great. Artificial insanity, yes. When I was on with Patriot Joe, or Brothers Uncensored, with Average Joe Patriot and Abe the other day, and I think it was Abe that was like, do you think that the initial Rona was like a test for something, and that something worked? And I said yes. Like, when I very first started streaming, and the videos were horrible, obviously, not that they're freaking fantastic now, but thanks, Weaponized Truth. Right, the Overlord's drink game. I had covered Archbishop Vigano, and I bring this up all the time. This was a Catholic archbishop that was against the current pope, and he said, like, he said there's a deep church, it's battle of good and evil, he was saying all the stuff we talk about all the time, right? But he also pointed out, he kept mentioning COVID-21, and people just kept overlooking that. And I was thinking to myself, like, if I were an evil overlord, right, what I would do is I would release, like, some half-assed version so that I could get the systems in place that I wanted in place, and then drop that real shit. That's just me. And I know, and don't come at me with the whole black pill thing. I'm just telling you, like, these guys, I think in the end, Kate Awakening has talked about it, like game theory, in the end, good will win, but it's just getting to that point, right? Because, man, these people are crazy, guys. These people are crazy. What do we got here? Turd Red says, when I was 20, I was sitting on my bed and in the reflection, the TV turned off. There was a massive black demonic figure sitting. Well, let me tell you about what gets put into your head through the TV. I tease Alara about not watching media now, right? I look at it like this. When I had my experience, and you guys have heard me talk about this so many freaking times, I won't go into it again, but I've said I changed everything. What I listen to, what I watch, what I read, what platforms I use, everything. I figure if I'm gonna, you're getting brainwashed either way. You might as well choose what you brainwash yourself with, right? And those things do come through the programming on the TV. If not directly through the TV, they open your mind up to allow you to be a ripe field for attachment. Thank you, Texas Q. I mean, that is for sure. Catherine McClellan says, Pegasus Project has several agendas, all presidents but Trump involved, also time traveling and other programs. As a matter of fact, I had pulled some stuff. I was going to talk about the Pegasus program. I was going to do one of my little independent videos, which I haven't done in a few weeks. I really need to get on that. Oh, the TV was off. Well, it was, man. Belushi says, not crazy, they're aliens. There's something, bruh. There's something, and they ain't right. When I have this argument all the time about, are they aliens, are they demons? If they're here causing a ruckus, either way, it's some bullshit. Ingersoll Lockwood has hidden pages. One says they're D-Class Space Force. Karen Hare, they're D-Class and Space Force. Are you talking about the Secret Space Force? What are we talking about, Karen Hare? I can... Thanks, Cads. I will be opening up my own brainwashing studio soon, right? Texas Bear, thanks for the shades. Question, how many people have to die before good wins? Man. Right? I wish I had an answer to that. It's not just the people that are dying. It's the brains that they're smashing that are now the living dead, right? Because we got to factor in the living dead now too, because that shit's ridiculous. I mean, the sheeple factor, oh buddy. Isaac Whitshepard has 2 great books on aliens, was on Tinfoil Hat. I didn't see that one, frightening me. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. It's hard with the channels and working constantly. I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm familiar with him for sure. Wonder Mod Debbie Roush says, God wins. Yes, but that means the end of this life. I want to win before then. Don't we all? Right? Don't we all? Hey, I'm be like the dude, like Homer Simpson. The end is near. Repent. I don't know. Repent, man, or be ready. One of the two. Jesus is coming soon. I agree. I do happen to agree with that. One Eagle 5 says, our last house had unwanted entities also. The whole family experienced. I mean, were they cool? Or were they causing ruckus? Right? Let me see. What do you guys think? Should I do some call-ins? Anybody want to call in? Belushi, you want to call in? What's the name of April Tinfoil Hat Podcast? Guys, I'm just going to use this as my opportunity to do my Rokfin shout out, right? Sam Tripoli is a friend of mine. I've been on his show. I had him come on to Conspiracy Couch. He's now exclusively on Rokfin. And he's got one of the best conspiracy podcasts. It's called the Tinfoil Hat Podcast. I think he's great. Now, I guess he's a love him or hate him kind of guy. I think he's freaking great. Go to Rokfin. Make the free account, right? There are a ton of good creators over there. Most of the stuff, a lot of the stuff is free. If you want to, like, say you subscribe through my channel for $9.99 a month, That goes to me. You get any premium content that I put up over there, but you also get all the premium content on the platform. Definitely go over there and check that out. But that's what it is, April. TFN is the tinfoil, or TFH, Tinfoil Hat Podcast. Um, Thank you for the phone, Texas Bear. Thanks, Texas Q, Patriot, for the gold pills. Golden Crisp says call-ins. One Eagle 5, foil evil. Who, me? What? Yeah, T. Roy Cooks, it's my birthday. It's my birthday, right? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. All right. The keyword is unwanted for. Okay, right? Yeah. Then, if blessing your house doesn't work, you have to reclaim your space, like with the intent that, like, that's it. That's all. You got to go, right? And if the blessings you doing, there are. If you don't quite know what to say, I mean, you don't need a script. You literally, in the name of Jesus, or in the name of the light, or whatever, you got to go through and tell these things that nothing of darkness can stay here. Like, you got to go, right? If that doesn't work, then you got to call. You're gonna have to call in somebody. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I told you I had to have them people come in here. Like, whatever that one thing was that was here was beyond my pay grade, right? My house has been fairly calm since then. Hey, Capable. Good to see ya. Right? Thanks, Dave MC. Party Crash. What up, Better Lately? Good to see ya. Addie says, don't believe in rapture theory. That's okay. That's all right. Like, I get down with all theories. This is, we've established that. Thanks, Anka Vanka. Good to see ya. Thanks for the shades, Golden Crisp. I have the same birthday as Frampton. That's all that matters. Right? Pissy Chrissy, what are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, let me show you what she gave me for my birthday. Right? Look at this. I got this awesome Nightmare Before Christmas mug. Right? Changes colors when I put liquid in it. Of course, I won't, because it's just going to be decor. Alright, I'm going to put the link in the chat if you guys want to call in. What was that conspiracy theory channel? Joan of Sark, are you talking about the Tinfoil Hat Podcast? It's Sam Tripoli. You got to go on to Rokfin. He also does Broken Simulation. He's got a channel called Zero, which is all like spiritual channel. He does a lot of good stuff over there. You should go check it out. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna drop this. What's not calm? Chrissy. Alright. So the link is in the chat. If somebody wants to call in and hang for a bit. Now, mind you, it's going to limit us to 40 minutes once I get more than one person on here, so. Man has so corrupted the Bible to fit his narrative. I do believe that people twist words, Addie. I do. But I also think you can feel what truth resonates. I don't look for interpretations, right? I let it speak to me. Thanks, Mama Bear, for the cookie. I'm glad you love my channel, right? It's always some shenanigans over here. My house is... Oh, that's right. Pissy Christy is saying my house is not calm. I forgot about that. Well, it hasn't been bothering me. Let me put it that way. She was down here staying with me. This is a friend of mine in the YouTube chat over there. Guys, if you have any questions about Pissy Christy, email belushi1@protonmail.com. He has all the answers. So she was down here, and her baby every night at 3 a.m. would start randomly screaming. And she finally come in like, bruh, like, can you come back here and do something about this? I'm like, what do you want me to do? I've come sleep in here, right? Oh, we got a first taker, maybe. Hey, connecting to audio. Thanks, Hank 10, for the cookie. Much appreciated. Hey, Mystic Macrophage. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. Hi, Jimmy. What's going on?
Oh, I just had some brownies. Happy birthday.
Oh, were they the special brownies, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Where are my special brownies, Jimmy? You see, I got my Alice in Wonderland
Uh,
stuff going on here, right?
kind of ate it, and you're like
You eat them all
one
the
state away.
time. I know. I'm so close, but so far away.
Yeah, right?
Hey, Thumper Rose, good to see you. Good to see you. Right?
So
Yes, that's Belushi1 at protonmail.com with any questions. He loves it.
I called in because I've always had a spiritual twitch about me, and it's not something I can really explain. You have to experience it with me. Um, it's not mediumship, but I talk to them as if they're here, right
Okay.
here in front of me. Only when they try to make themselves known, and for whatever reason I smell flowers. that
That's
reminds me
common.
that reminds me of family members and Mother Mary.
It,
Mother Mary
Mary and
was
Saint
always,
Teresa
yes,
get the
they were always
flowers.
known for their flowers, and when they're
Hmm.
present you smell their flowers, and that's always a good thing. It
Right.
means they're there in support of whatever you're needing. um hmm, okay,
Oh, let
I'm gonna
me.
go.
Hey, Cloaked, thank you for the can. Yeah, they told me you had an awesome Bigfoot video. Cloaked was out there with Alara and them at ESETI. And based, I'm looking at my Cash App right now. Go ahead, Jimmy. I'm listening to you. Believe me.
No worries, no worries. So in the midst of all these things that have happened to me over the years, I served 13 years in the military, did time with the Marine Corps and the Army. And I was raised by my grandparents. My grandfather gave me gardening in my heart. So probably can't see it too well. I got a bunch of stuff going on in the
Oh
window.
yeah, you definitely got a green thumb going on over there. Look at that.
There's more stuff outside. I like to specialize in fruits and veggies that people just don't know about or care to even try to grow, like
Awesome.
dragon fruit. You're in South Carolina. You're
Yes.
right below me. We
Right.
are in a tropical area.
Yes, I can tell. It's been tropically storming for days.
Right, right. But I had to bring the dragon fruit in because it's too much water. But in the humidity and the heat and the sun, these things thrive. And they're really awesome fruit. I have the white one, the red one, the pink one, and the magenta. All four different
Ooh.
plants. And they all have their unique taste.
Well, let me tell you something, Jimmy. When shit hits the fan, me and my seed collection that I don't know what to do with, you'll be seeing me, sir. Like, will you
Oh,
grow
I got
these, please?
seeds.
Like, I'll we'll cut it up. Like, you grew it, I brought you the seeds. Like, we can come to some agreement, right? Thank you,
Yeah,
Karen,
definitely.
for the Cash App. Thank you, Based. I assume that's you. I won't say your actual name. Thank you for the Cash App love. Uh, on my birthday, much appreciated. What up, Turtle Girl? Morning Flower, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for the lemons, guys. Um, yeah, definitely. I'll look at you with your Coca-Cola planter. I love that. Looks like you're out in the middle of nowhere too.
I actually got that from, yeah, I'm in a great big trailer park out in the middle of nowhere in Richlands, North Carolina, right outside Jacksonville, where the Marine Corps base is.
Awesome.
And this is my muse. And it relates to the spiritual side because I've I've found that if I'm gardening, things happen.
Yeah, well, you get to be in contact with other life. You're essentially bringing things. You're helping something uh grow. That's a different kind of connection altogether. It puts you closer to the land, closer to the earth.
Yeah,
Plants. I
yes,
believe plants communicate. I mean, they've proven that
yeah,
actually.
very,
But
very good.
I feel you. I dropped the
So
link again, guys, just so you know.
you integrate your grounding. My grounding is the gardening. Okay, you can ground yourself through meditation, through other techniques. But when you do that through the power of love. Okay, this is
Right.
not intimate love with your significant other.
Right.
This is love, unconditional, as if you would love a child.
Like
A
agape love. Is that the right one, guys? Agape love, I think. I'm pretty sure that's right.
I don't know. I have to look that up myself.
Yeah, there are
But
different types of love. I believe the
yeah,
unconditional love is just agape love.
okay, all right. So with that, you automatically just start emitting that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we know from our digs that our energy is real, and quantum physics proves it.
Mm-hmm.
And me looking at you, you looking at me, and everybody looking at us, we all have a very unique brain frequency, which is a part of the higher frequency. And just like Jim Carrey tried to describe in his abstract way, holding up that sheet of paper with the holes in it, and all the holes are different and unique. We are literally the light that shines through. That's our personality. Okay. And
Exactly.
when we really try to get in the zone of something we love, that really just fills the whole body, and it's emitting like steam that you can't see. Okay. And when I garden in these entities, or my family, or maybe an ancestor comes through, it just feels like they're helping me. Sometimes I'll find my my trimmers, my tree, sitting next to the tree, and I just thought about it. Okay. Or if I forget to water, it storms like crazy and I get overwatered. And then I get this guilty feeling like I fucked up somebody else's plant. Because that's what it feels like. Like they're right here behind me, over my shoulder, like, you just fucked up my plant, man. So,
Like too much
you know,
water, right?
yeah, yeah. So
Thanks,
I
boy.
just want
BLQ for the ship.
I just really wanted to relate that, because people need to understand that if you come at these entities with a negative persona,
Yes.
they will reflect back
Oh,
at you.
without a doubt. Yeah. Or
So
you'll
if you,
you'll attract. I mean, you attract what you put out, man. I mean, it's one of the most
yeah,
basic.
yeah,
I mean, one of the most basic things. Like that's old school folks say birds of a feather flock together. Whatever. It's you're attracting shitty people if you're a shitty person. Like if you work at being
yeah.
a better person, you'll attract better energy. I mean that just
It also works in the opposite direction too. What I mean by that is that if you're a good person and you're really honing your energy, you want to be a good person. I see you change. I changed as well. I used to be a really hard ass Marine. Like, I didn't give a fuck about nobody, and I would just shove you to the ground and walk away, kind of attitude.
yeah. I
But
was kind of I was kind of ignorant too. Thanks,
yeah,
April, for
okay.
the super chat.
So I didn't want to say that. I
No,
was trying to be
I was an ignorant I totally get it. I totally get it. I was definitely on that path.
you know, for me to come out of that, to let go of the military mentality, I ate 2 ounces of psilocybin.
Yeah,
I can't even say it
psilocybin.
right. No, no, no.
What?
Um, Psilocybe cubensis. It's one of
Oh.
the stronger ones. Okay. I grew these at home. I dried them out
Ooh.
myself, and I weighed out 2 ounces. Okay.
You got some
I,
magical shrooms going on there?
yeah. I had this big Java cup, a little bit shorter than the one you just showed, right? But it was fat. I shoved 1 whole ounce dry in there. I made some chamomile tea, made sure it was really hot, and I poured it in there until I filled it all up and let it steep until it turned blue. Okay. While I was waiting for it to steep, I shut up the house, locked up, put some calm, soothing, non verbal music, because that is very important. The music industry is corrupt. The
Yes.
words fuck with your head with the
Yes.
wrong emotional tune in the music.
For sure.
Okay? So I got onto this meditation music. I like Sleep Tube on YouTube. They have a variety of different things that puts you in a different mind state. So I got it all set up, got my happy place all squared away. I ate the first batch. 4 hours later, I got hungry. Guess what I did?
Puke.
Nope. Nope. I stopped drinking a long time
Chrissy.
ago. So I opened up the bag and just started munching, watching TV, waiting for it to hit. Then I realized what I was doing, and I realized I'm already high. I turned off the TV and turned the music back on, finished eating it, and I no shit watched the veil disappear. I was still here.
Oh, I believe it.
But everybody else was visible. It was the freakiest fucking thing. I freaked out a little bit. And then whoever it was, that lady, she touched me on my chest. And she said, just relax. You already saw us to begin with. You're just realizing you can. Okay. So I had a pretty good trip. And it actually changed my mentality from being a warrior to a gardener.
Listen, you'll never get an argument from me about the usefulness of psychedelics because I completely understand. I completely understand. I mean, it's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for everybody, so don't jump on me, peeps, but the connections that you can make, and I don't know, just the understanding, the understanding of the fundamental layers of reality become extremely apparent. And it really can change. I mean, there's all kinds of scientific research now. I pull it up every once in a while for Space Force News about, the usefulness of psychedelics in treating depression and treating any kind of mania and treating, forms of just detachment and all sorts of things,
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. I didn't really know about the research until after the 2 ounces. But what I found in the research is that it is better to microdose every 2 days with a dose that is valid for your body, not a standard dose. Okay. I need a higher MEIO inhibitor for my body.
Well, I personally, I don't do anything now. I don't do anything that alters my fundamental perceptions. I don't drink. I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't do anything. But I completely understand what you're saying and where you're coming from.
Okay.
What up, Weaponized Truth? Good to see you. Thank you for coming to hang out. Wanted to welcome you here to the Cognitive Dissonance show. My favorite kind of show.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. We're talking about psychedelics, right?
Yeah. At the moment, yes.
Yeah, I would just say, like, I messed with that stuff back in the day. I definitely don't anymore. My personal opinion is that definitely opens up the doors to some spiritual stuff, and some of it's good and some of it's bad. You want to, I don't like getting messing with anything.
You got to be careful anytime you open any door. Because like I said, even about stuff in your house, like when you acknowledge it, sometimes these things will deceive you. And I, I'm not even speaking to any kind of like entities or anything. I just mean, like I said, understanding the levels of reality that are there, how they're interconnected, how we're connected, how you can mentally manipulate your reality. Like I mean literally. Hi AP, good to see ya, friend. Love AP. He's hysterical.
So you want to hear a woo story of mine?
I love woo stories. We're all about the woo over here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's weird because people don't talk about this too much, and honestly, I don't I don't talk about it too much either because it's some weird shit. But when I was like 16, I was walking home from a friend's house, and it was at night. And you know, people talk about shadow people.
Oh,
Now,
bruh. Yes.
now I don't know how much I put into all that stuff, but I do know that this one particular night, I did feel like some kind of shadow person was watching me as I was walking home. And it was just like the whole walk home, like something felt like really messed up and off. Now, we lived in this like apartment complex or whatever. And it was like those townhomes where you could just like walk up to your door that, you know, they weren't really connected or whatever. And when I walked up to the parking lot, it was really bizarre because there were so many cars in the parking lot. Like, you ever seen one of those little CDs you can buy for Hot Wheels and you can just place all the little cars everywhere you want to and stuff?
Right.
Well, that's what the parking lot looked like. There were just cars everywhere. Like, it looked something like it looked like somebody got a bunch of Hot Wheels and just fucking set cars everywhere. Like, I couldn't even walk through the road. I literally had to walk over 2 cars just to get to the walkway to my door. And the whole thing felt really super weird. Now, right in front of my door, for weeks when I'd come home, I remember in the grass, like there's this little flower that was there. And when I walked up, I noticed the flower was gone. And it was the oddest thing because I pulled out my key, and I don't know why, but when I pulled out my key, I literally thought in my head, why are you pulling out your key? Because you know it's not going to work. Now, I literally went and checked my apartment number like 3 times because just something felt really off because all these cars were there. Something was following me. Like, I don't know what was going on. So sure enough, I tried my key and it didn't work. And I'm like, okay, this is fucked up. So I ran across the street and I sat down. I just sat there for like 10 minutes and then it was just weird. Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, things felt normal again. And I walked back across the street. And out of nowhere, all those cars that were everywhere were just gone. And I just walked up to the door, I turned the key and I walked in. And to this day, I have no idea what the hell happened. But years later, after thinking about this shit, the only explanation that I can think of to me that makes any sense is that somehow, some way, when I was walking home, I feel like that maybe somehow I walked into some kind of parallel dimension and then somehow came back 10 minutes later. Like, it's really fucked up.
Like, you stepped into the multiverse somehow, and it was like where you were supposed to be, but not where you were supposed to be. Yeah.
There's videos like
I don't
that.
know. There's some weird shit for sure.
I understand. I understand. What up, Gary Flessner? Good to see you.
How's it going?
Hi.
I decided to stop in because I did some stuff called window pane once. Anybody ever hear of it?
Window pane acid? Yes.
And I did a 4-way hit in the eyeball. I'm telling you.
Probably did.
You probably right.
Eight of us did it. One guy totally freaked out, but some of my buddies duct taped him and threw him in the closet.
Dude.
He was never the same, let me tell you. Never the same.
Freaked out.
Oh, yeah, you could hear him in the back. I said, someone duct taped his mouth. He's screaming too loud. The neighbors are going to call the cops, you know. We made a deal. Everybody threw their keys in a thing, and we locked them up because we said nobody can leave. And then I'm sitting in the chair, and everybody, what's wrong, Gary? I go, I'm a box, and the arrow is pointed this side up, and the arrow's pointed down. And I was losing it trying to turn.
I had a friend
over.
convinced that he couldn't get out of the car. He couldn't figure out how to use the door handle and proceeded to boot the windshield out of the car because he was convinced that was the only way out. Like, it was his mother's car. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever
seen. Parents' car. You go home and you get killed.
Happy birthday, J Bell. J Bell in the chat. It is also J Bell's birthday. Everybody.
J Bell's birthday.
Yes, everybody.
J Bell.
Right. I was trying to get a hold of you. You were at work though.
Happy birthday,
J Bell.
By the way, that hit of acid was the last time I ever did acid.
Imagine that.
I tell you how wild it was.
Imagine that.
I did mushrooms and a few other things after that, though, but never did acid again.
The last time I tripped, I took like 10 hits of acid. I stayed up all night with my best friend, and I forgot the next morning that we had promised our buddy that we were going to go to church with his dad.
Oh, God.
And to make matters worse, because we went because he didn't want anybody or our friends to know that we still had acid left. We ended up going to church and we ended up pulling up in a freaking movie theater parking lot. And I'm like, okay, like I know I'm fucked up, but what the hell's going on? And so we like walk in the movie theater and there's like people walking around in like dresses and suits and shit. And it turns out that their church was getting remodeled. So they freaking rented out the movie theater.
Oh, I bet you were all
scene.
kinds of confused.
And then
Yeah,
I
on
saw,
acid, that had
I
to be
literally,
freaking you out.
I literally saw a huge angel come out of the screen, look at me, and started crying. And I was like, I'm done. I'm opening up some shit that I shouldn't be messing with, and I'm done.
Yep, nothing like opening a can of whoop ass in your hands and you can't let go of it.
Right.
That's funny. What up, Cloaked? Are you?
Oh, no.
Hi. Do you have fun out there at ESETI?
Oh yeah, we had fun.
I saw some pictures of you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Alar was showing me pictures.
Yeah. I show my face sometimes. My hair is not done right now, or I would have my face.
Let me tell you something about
Oh, look
dudes.
at that. I'm letting mine grow.
Dudes that call into
Mine's
shows.
long. That's why. Yeah, mine's getting longer.
Listen, Belushi does the same shenanigans. Like dudes look the same all the time. Like it doesn't matter. You guys look exactly the same all the time. I don't.
Go
But you-
look at my YouTube
Oh,
channel.
come on,
and
look,
you'll
I'm pulling the
see
sides of my beard in. I
beard
look
and long
totally
hair.
different.
you guys, that's funny. And yes, drugs are bad. Okay. This is
Yeah, they're
not-
bad. They kick your ass, and I love them. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
Hey, they grow in nature, right? Some of them.
Some of them, right?
Mostly.
I
Well, I
tend
got
to
a quick
co-sign the
story.
natural ones.
Remember when the
Hey,
CIA was doing the testing with the acid out
Oh,
in
yes.
California?
Yes.
Yep.
There's a teacher at the University of Illinois, and I met him at this nightclub, and he was drunk on his ass. And I go, man, you kind of old to be in here, aren't you? I'm a professor. I get along with all the kids. I'm the one that supplies them with all their acid.
Imagine that.
I go, what? He goes, yeah, I make it in the lab on the campus at the
Oh, dear God.
University of Illinois. I'm that guy that used to be at California Tech or whatever it was. I used to make this shit for the CIA.
Oh, dear Lord.
He took me to his lab. He's got these little trays of 50, you know, the little, what they call them, tubes or barrels. And he makes it up, soft. He squeegees it off into the little tabs. These are done. He pops them all out. Here's 10 or 12 for you. Thank you, God. Or he was making orange sunshine. I made friends with that dude.
I can imagine. Thank
I bet
you.
that was some powerful stuff.
Oh
Right.
man, when it's only hours old, it kicks your ass.
I can imagine. Thank you, Texas Bear, for the gold pills. Thank you, Mountain Lace, for the cookie. Much love, much love. Yeah, I imagine,
The story is kind of long, but sometime I need to get on here and tell you the story what happened after I got out the door and into my car and left with the keys in my truck that I wasn't supposed to have, because it's hilarious, but it's a long story. So
That's-
I won't tell it today.
We'll save it for next time we do. Maybe I'll get Alara to do a conspiracy couch on psychedelics, and we can talk about the
Oh,
clockwork
good, because
bells
I ain't
and-
been on in a while. That'd be
Right.
great.
I
I had
think
a blast on the last one I was on.
I think she wants to do it every week when she comes home. I think.
Oh, that's great. I'd love that.
Yeah,
That one I was on, it was great. I loved it.
right. I think we're doing that every week and doing Space Force news every week.
Space Force News is the shit. Like
I
that.
love Space Force.
I so look forward to that every week. Like that is my shit
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Right.
I look forward to almost every one of you two kids' shows.
Well, thanks. Thanks. I love good
Well,
shenanigans.
they're
At
entertaining,
any
and
time.
you usually learn something, and sometimes you even get some news.
Look at that. Sometimes you get some. Sometimes you don't really get much news. It's okay.
Yeah, you
I
know.
watch you girls just to laugh sometimes, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're the opposite of what Neil is in a good way. Neil, you feel so comfortable after she's done praying for you, and
Right. At
Loyal,
peace.
you're so warmed up and happy because you've been laughing so damn hard. You feel great, you know.
I love to laugh at some shit for sure. For sure.
You know, Lloyd, I want to say something though, because I think about your story all the time, and you tell people you were dead for what, like 22 minutes or something like that.
17 minutes.
17 minutes, and something just pulled you out of there. Like you're
Yes.
literally not supposed to
No.
be here right now.
I should
Like
be
there-
at least a vegetable.
Right. There was literally some big out there force that pulled you back in
Oh,
this world.
absolutely.
and you're not supposed to be here. And I could speak for everybody when I say you're absolutely, without a doubt, one of the treasures of this freaking app. And you're just absolutely wonderful. And I'm really just, I think about that story all the time, and I'm really grateful you're still here to
Aw,
be with
thank
everybody,
you.
because I just love watching you. I do. I think
Thanks.
Well,
you're
I can
great.
get two cops that'll tell you the story about when I crashed my Corvette, because they'll tell you I shouldn't be here today.
You
The
told you. I
the
think you
cop was
told us
running
about
up.
that
They
when we were
go,
talking about
yeah.
angels.
The cop was running up. Go, this motherfucker's dead. And I come walking out. God damn! I cut my cheek. And he goes, he's not only not dead, he's walking.
Yeah,
You know. And my mom seen an angel on my shoulder after that wreck.
the whole near death. I I don't know. Weaponized truth
I
like that. That shit was
I
crazy.
died at some point, or stopped breathing and had no oxygen saturations after my lung surgery 10 years ago. I don't
Oh, good
remember
Lord.
anything. I don't remember that happening, but it happened. I guess they were wheeling me out after the surgery in front of my parents. My flatline, they had to rush me back in
Wow.
to get my saturations back up.
Well,
I hate surgery.
glad
I
you're
got to go
here.
in and get my
Yeah.
sonogram in the morning at 11. So if I'm
Well-
not on here tomorrow night, that means they rushed me to surgery for my feet. If I'm on here, that means it wasn't as bad, which is what I'm hoping for.
All right, I'm going to tell you a mind-blowing story that happened to me, and it's true. Okay, I was on vacation for 40 days. I come home, I go to work for the first time in 40 days, and I was in Florida, and I came back to Washington. And I worked the night shift. So first night back at work, on the drive home in the morning, I was so tired that I fell asleep at the wheel, and I felt the thump, 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 thump on the freeway. And when I opened my eyes, I knew at the location that I was when I opened my eyes, there was a big freeway sign that said food here, lodging, gas stations, and so forth. So when I opened my eyes, I knew I was at a part of the freeway where there was a steep embankment that went down anywhere from 20 to 60 feet, like steep, like real
Holy
steep.
shit.
And I was at the point of no return. My first thought was, oh shit, this is it. Because there's like trees down along the side of the road, and it's like just a steep drop off, and there's no like guardrail or nothing. So I was thinking, oh shit, this is it. But right when I said that, time literally stopped. Like nothing was moving, and I was sitting there looking up the sign, and I said to myself, close your eyes, cross your arms, pull back your legs, relax your head for impact. So then I do that. And then time starts to pick up again. Truck starts rolling, driving off the cliff, and I roll. When I hit the edge of the cliff, I roll at least once, maybe twice. Then I hit a tree, and I stop like really fast. And then I'm upside down, and I open my eyes. It's like right when I hit the tree, it's like time stopped again, like maybe right before I hit the tree or something. It was weird because the airbag didn't go off until after I was already upside down and looking up, and then the airbag went off like after the fact. And I had all this like crap from the airbag that blew, like all this crap go down in my mouth.
On your face
And then
I've seen a lot of people bruised from the airbag.
Yeah.
Not just that, but listen to this. Okay, so I look over to my right, and there's a tree limb sticking to your thigh, sticking through the front windshield, through the passenger seat, through the back windshield. And then I look down out the back window, and I'm 20 feet elevated in the air in a tree off the ground, and had to wait for the fire department to come get me out with the ladder and bust the
Sounds
window.
like one of my crashes.
And then I passed this sobriety test right after that. But that mentally fucked with my mind for like, this is before I was like, knew the things I know now, before I had my channel, before I videotaped anything that will blow your mind. But it was, and then to find out later, I find this patent by John Quincy St. Clair, aka John Q. It says walking through Wallace training system in order to take your Merkabah light body form to teleport through other places. It says you have to cross your arms and make an X. And I was doing that at the time I crashed. And that was mind blowing to me.
That's
how that
crazy.
comes back in full force. So I mean that was
I did that instinctually.
And I walked away without a crash, without a scratch. except, you know, mentally it fucked with me for a long
I've been
time.
in 3 that I should have died in where I walked away with a cut, one little cut somewhere on my body. The only one I got hurt in was when the drunk run the stop sign at 70 mile an hour, hit me in the door. I broke my neck and back, and I was 18 at the time.
Good Lord.
And
Thank
that
you,
guy was
Dew.
so drunk. Cop goes, that guy run the red light and I hit him. And the cop writes in the report, funny thing is there's no red light, no light at all. And he ran a stop sign. The guy was so drunk. He had an El Camino and the radiator was on top of his carburetor and he tried to drive away.
Hold on. Thank you, Due Diligence. Good to see you. Much love to you. Thank you for the diamond morning flower. Much love. Thank you, Debbie Roush, for the lemons. I appreciate you. Thank you, Patriot Girl, for the ice cream. I appreciate you guys and the birthday love. Truly, I do. Yeah, that's
See,
crazy.
my problem always was I had these real fast cars made to drive fast. And I'd be doing 120 mile an hour and then all of a sudden realize there's a 45 coming up 200 feet in front of me and I'm doing 50 mile an hour too much.
Well, Gary,
Yeah,
that's just asking for trouble, sir. This is why we have laws.
Gary
The sign-
Gale, am in trouble, Flessner.
The sign
was
that
me.
the sign that I blew through and busted, it cost my insurance company $13,000 to replace.
God.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. Karen Hare, are there 111? That can't be right. Can somebody check how many gold? I can't
It's
click.
11,100.
Okay.
11,000.
I was gonna say what? Thank you, guys.
Give her heart failure. for
Yeah,
her
I was like,
birthday.
what? I missed something.
Yeah, that's a big disparity there.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. Thank you guys for
Okay,
the gold
you're
pillow.
acting like a Democrat now, adding zeros.
I was like, hold on a minute. Like, I forgot to say thank you to
She's got
somebody.
Dominion machines counting your pills over here.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
No, I appreciate it. Thanks, Great Lakes Curmudgeon, for the can. Much appreciated. So, does anybody else want to call in, guys? I'm trying to think. I think Debbie Roush put the link in there. Belushi, of all the times he doesn't call in, it would be today. I expected him fully to call in. And
Belushi's
cause
on
some
gummy
ruckus.
bears. He probably won't call
Yes,
in.
I
He's juiced about
I saw
now.
that. Hi, Stacks. Much love to you. Right? That's crazy. Yeah, you guys. I don't know. The whole near death thing, like, definitely changed everything for me. I love being here with you guys. Like, I don't know. I felt like I don't know. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, I talk more about woo than politics recently, but that's really not my thing. Like, I really I really like to look at power structures and you know,
see, I never got into making videos for politics at all. Like, that's never been my thing. Like, I found out about Agenda 21 and that was it. Like, I was in. Like, that's what all my stuff
well,
was
that's
about.
I mean, like I said, power structures, the UN,
Yep.
Klaus Schwab, like now they've
Yep.
got the Sun Valley. Like, I want to talk about the Sun Valley bullshit that the big, our tech overlords are doing, the
Drink.
all that. Oh, thanks, Golden Chris, for the gold pills. That's the kind of shit I like to talk about. I love the woo. Like, don't get me wrong, because I have so much to talk about. Cloud Watcher said, "What is woo?"
And woo is my next favorite word.
Right, woo. I don't even know how do you define the woo, guys. I mean, the woo is that it's almost an ephemeral thing. You can't really
It's
put a definition on. It's
a reality. A reality a lot of people don't want to accept.
Well, I kind of like saying hi to Loyal in someone else's chat, and all I'll say is WOO in small letters since I'm a caps guy.
Right. Woo.
And she gets a point every time.
Right. The woo is like fringe.
Right. It's like that fringe conspiracy shit. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Like fringe. I don't know how else to explain it. Fringe science, fringe politics, fringe.
But isn't most things fringe today?
Man, well, that's the thing. Is like everything we thought was a conspiracy theory is like not so much of a theory anymore. It's all like pretty much conspiracy fact at this point. Oh, we got.
Well, I'm sorry. Anybody that thinks there ain't aliens,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that goes without saying, for sure. For sure. I agree with that.
And my big argument is God created the heavens and the earth.
Oh, look.
So he created them too. That's my view.
What is up, Edge of Reality? Thank you for joining us. And I see Belushi jumped in here. I guess he must have felt like he was getting talked about. Felt like maybe.
Well, we can email him.
Yes, anybody with any questions about the woo needs to email Belushi1
Belushi, he has
at
answers for everything.
protonmail.com.
Connect the dots says it's MySpace Tom's answer to everything.
Right. Edge of Reality, did you have a crazy story you wanted to tell? Did you have something you wanted to share with the woo crew here? Uh-oh, did I lose him?
Uh-oh.
There's Belushi.
He's
Oh.
there. I can see him.
Oh, I'm seeing a muted mic and
Happy birthday.
well, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm very old now.
You're not old.
I am.
I'm old. You're not old.
I'm
Gary's
Birthday
old.
today too.
Gary's old.
I am
You're not
actually
old.
kind of old, right?
I'm going to be 69 August 5th.
You
By the
look
way, I
younger than
woke up because I heard this saying on the TV that said, Gary Flessner, your birthday is August 5th and something big has happened by your birthday. And I woke up and looked at the TV and the TV wasn't on. I'm just passing that little
Now
bit
that's
of info
woo.
on.
For sure, that's woo. Hold on, Texas Bear. Let me.
I think the best way to describe woo is it's it's the unexplained. Doesn't mean it's not reality or real or what you perceive reality to be, but it's explained, but it's it's like I always tell people when they ask me a question about why I think a certain thing about a certain thing. And I say, I'll give them my spiel, I'll give them my research and my history with it. And then and at the end, it's like, we always talk about loyal, which is, it just resonates with me, or I've had an experience.
Right.
And then they'll give me some crap about, and I'll just say, what do you want me to do? Hand you a CNN article that says aliens are real? I can't do that.
And I wouldn't believe it if it was from CNN anyway.
Oh,
Well,
look at all these people.
I use
Hello.
CNN very specifically and purposefully
I knew
for that
you
purpose.
did.
Gary.
Yeah, that's
Woo
one
is
way to look at it.
giving someone an answer and the answer just doesn't answer it.
Woo could have multiple. It could be
Yeah, that's what I'm
multiple
saying.
answers, right? What's up,
Yeah.
Karen Hare? Good to see you. AP has joined us. AP in the house. Who did we just lose? Oh, Edge. If you want to call back in, honey, I was trying to give you a opening there. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. What's up?
Hello.
Let me just tell you a funny acid story quickly. The first time I did LSD, I was in 8th grade. And
8th grade.
oh, who's that said that? Gary?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
That's
Gary-
I was
Gary-
I was
Gary,
I
I'm-
was at
Gary,
least a
Gary, you
junior
have
in
no
high
idea.
school.
So we're talking about
Gary.
last year.
Gary, first of all, I'm a psychedelic warrior. You have no idea.
Started way
Um,
younger than I did.
Uh,
And I was in the psychedelic age. I was born in 52, so I was in high school in 68.
I knew one of the original Dead Family Fluff creators that had the diamond runoff, like the literal crystal, one of the original 7. So that's, and I'm from not the same area, a little further north than you, Gary, but I'm from Illinois. I'm from all over, but I've spent my formative years in Chicago. There's a lot of old Grateful Dead.
Illinois was quite wild in the late 60s, let me tell you.
It's still wild, man. So it's fucking Chirac now, but here, let me tell my story. So anyways,
Okay.
so we we each do one, right? It was the first time for all of us, and I had 2 of my friends with me, and we're like, all right, we're gonna do it, because my house was kind of like growing up in junior high and high school, like my parents still drank at the time, so they were kind of loose with stuff, and it was kind of it was kind of the party house, not like in like a Belushi sort of way, but like just like we got away with stuff. So we wait till they go to bed. And I think we had a case of Old English cans and like a bottle of maybe Alizé or some ghetto sort of
That's
fruity.
that hood shit, right?
Yeah, straight hood shit. Like we were all into the hood.
Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog
was.
2020. Yeah, exactly. We used to go to E1 Liquors in Evanston all the time, Gary, and because they're the one girl that would sell to us. So, anyways,
I like the Lucky Lager with the riddles on the caps.
yeah. So anyways, we so we stay up all night, right? And we're like, holy shit. We're like just being knuckleheads, just rolling on the ground, laughing in the backyard. So we're like, I'm like, I'm like, at some point, a little bit of paranoia strikes me. And I'm like, we got to get out of my parents' backyard. I'm like, we have to go for a walk. You know how like that thing that you, like when you're tripping, especially in the
Paranoid
days,
sets in.
It's not even paranoia. It's just like, I have to move. We have to go. We have to like keep going. We have to like go on a mission, right? I used to eat mushrooms and like walk 10 miles. But anyways, so
my problem is I get lost.
Let me tell the fucking story. So we go to this place. We go to this place.
You go get shit, Belushi.
AP, quiet down. So anyways,
okay, Belushi won at protonmail.com.
Belushi won at protonmail.com.
Mail me. Tell the story. I want to hear it.
See, this is why I didn't fucking call in.
All right.
Everybody be quiet.
All right.
Tell his story.
Belushi's going to tell his story now. Continue, sir.
So,
all right.
Anyways, email me your acid stories at belushione at protonmail.com. Okay. Right. So we had this place called The Gate, and it was basically this abandoned train track that ran from behind the forest preserve, behind like all of our houses, but it also went uptown, and we also had like a fort up there. We had like a old boat seat and some shit we used to bring girls to and stuff. Anyways, this side was called The Gate because there was this gate, and it was just this lock gate, and you just literally like it was one of those triangle gates, you know, on like two metal poles, like you just walk around it or under it or whatever. So we went over to the gate, and we're like, we had stolen like I think like a pack of Parliament 100s from my mom, and we're just sitting there like chain smoking cigarettes, like, all right, like sun's coming up, like we're doing good. I'm like, there's a Shell station across the street. I'm like, let's go get some Snapples. We were like, we wanted Snapples for some reason. I just remember wanting a Snapple. Remember when Snapples were cool? So anyway, so we go over to the gas station to get some refreshments, and we're walking out of the gas station, and we're just still cracking up, just complete messes. And my buddy trips over a parking cart. You know those parking curbs. You know,
oh good lord,
like for parking spots.
Yes,
he trips over it with the Snapple in his hand, falls forward with the Snapple in his hand. It shatters in his hand. It cuts his fucking finger, like slice the thing in half. And we're just looking at him like, we didn't duct tape him and put him in the closet, Gary, but we were like, dude, you're fucked, bro. What are you gonna do? He's like, what do you mean? What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. So we end up having to like bring him back. We end up going to the gas station bathroom, getting like a bunch of paper towels, like wrapping around his finger. And there's payphones obviously back then. So we're like, dude, call your mom. Like, you gotta call your mom. Like, you can't come back to my house. You gotta call your mom. So dude had his mom come, dude. His mom was such a trooper because this guy was such a mess in high school. He's sober now. He like works in DC and some crazy shit. I don't even know what he does now. But God, he was such a mess in high school. But his mom fucking showed up and picked him up. No problem. The station wagon was like, all right, let's go to the hospital, dear. And I'm like, we were just like, oh shit, good luck, bro. It was kind of a little anticlimactic. It was just funny because it's like when you have to deal with an injury in like a serious situation,
man,
when you're in that state, it's sort of throws
you freak out.
Yeah. Well, we didn't freak out, honestly. Like you
freak out, but you don't freak out.
Yeah, like we
freak out, freaking out.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. So, anyways, that's my story from 8th grade. I thought it was appropriate to share on your birthday. I thought it was funny.
Well, thank you
I used to
sharing.
fall down the stairs when I get home, and my mom would come to the top of the stairs and go, "Fucked up again, huh?" So how cool was my mother?
All right, listen, guys, listen. We got 7 minutes and 45 seconds left because I do not have the upgraded Zoom. Sorry. Karen Hair, your hair looks awesome. I just want you to know that. Right? I want to let AP get his words in. I want to let Edge have something to say. Karen, what's good with you?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm sorry about the mistyping with the extra one.
Oh no. No worries. I was like, I missed something, right? No, I appreciate it.
I just want to let you know how I resonate with you a lot because I'm sober now too. I mean, I party till I go to prison. I'm a fuck up, and today I'm sober, and I'm so glad at this time right now, I need to be of sober mind because what's happening, it's very important that I'm aware, and it's made me so much more extra aware. Maybe I tapped into extra stuff because I did all that psychedelics too, and I did a lot of speed and all that kind of stuff, but I think it opened up my mind to the other stuff, and I resonate with you a lot because I too believe that I was attached with negative entities
Yes.
while I was doing those drugs. That one, I do have a lot of power. I'm a powerful person that they wanted to keep me down. So I did now that I'm sober, they can't touch me. And I feel so extra excited about everything. And I'm just really.
Yeah, it's crazy how you feel excited about things again.
And I too resonate with Jesus. And except for this one thing, and when something happens and you go, I went to church this weekend. I've resonated so highly with them. They're a Patriot church. We walked in late. They had Bush Sr. up on the pictures on the wall. And he was talking highly about him. And I just went, and I don't blame my pastor for not knowing. And I pray that he gets extra light, learning coming in. But, I know there's so much more than what he's being led to. And I don't know. I'm all over the place because there's just I'm all over the place right now. And it's okay. And I'm finding out who I am. And it's an exciting time to be alive. And I just want to say, happy birthday, and I can relate.
Well, thank you. Yes, it is an exciting time to be alive, and that's one of the reasons I like to be clear of mind. Also, I feel like I need to be aware constantly of what's going on around me. So I completely understand.
And I'm going to Sedona this weekend. Are you going?
Oh, awesome! No, I'm not. I have to work.
Oh,
I have to work.
One last thing before I go.
Others, that's right.
Right.
One quick last thing before I go. I even wore shorts, if you can see them today.
Oh my!
Because it's Loyal's birthday.
Oh, well,
and I thought I had to have shorts on.
Right. AP, what is up with you, sir? I'm so glad you called in. We love you.
Love AP.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I called in to wish you a happy birthday.
Aww.
And then when I got on, I heard your first guest. And it's actually extremely interesting. Can you please repeat what you said about the angel touching you?
He's talking to me.
Yeah.
I'll get with you later about that, AP.
Yeah, if you want,
the first
AP, maybe
guy who was doing the planting.
I spoke to Loyal about something similar.
Yes.
That's why it's very interesting to me.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of time right now, AP, but if you want, maybe I can, if you want me to share your email with that person, if they're willing, we can find out. That way you can
do.
I'll
you have my email, right? Or do you need me to send it to you?
No, I have it, honey. We were emailing, remember?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
gotcha.
know if you deleted it, if you still had it or what.
Yes, of course. I do.
Loyal, you can always drop another link and invite everybody back in. It doesn't take that long.
Oh, maybe I can do that, right?
My email's not the same as Blues's.
Say that again, AP.
My email's not Proton Mail.
Oh no. I got
Belushi1.
Yeah, it's not Belushi1 at protonmail.com. I gotcha.
No, just making sure you understood that.
Yes, I'm with you.
AP, isn't there a disgruntled bear you need to feed?
Hey, isn't there a lounge you need to go to?
Yes, it's open for you tonight, my brother.
Yeah,
right.
I know. I go there every night.
Guys,
okay.
I want to say hi to Edge.
Birthday.
Thank you, AP. I love you.
Bye-bye. Blue sauce you tonight.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi.
I don't know what's wrong with my video. I went to do the app and it won't let me link my video up. I closed everything I had because I had my video connected to another app and I disabled that. I don't know what's going on, but I can't put my video on.
Oh, I can hear you. How are you?
Pretty good. I've been watching your stuff for about maybe a couple of weeks now. I haven't really commented much until today, actually, when I said happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
But we were talking about the hallucinogenics. I mean, I'm 51, so if you go back 30 years to I was in my early 20s, no, the early 90s. That was my I loved hallucinating.
Right. That's
That
okay.
that was the fun stuff. I like, but I haven't done it since 1993, so it's been a while.
Right. It's been a while. I think, well, it's been some years for me as well.
So, but yeah, I'm originally from Phoenix, so we used to go out. There'd be like 10 or 15 of us, and we all start tripping. We go out in the desert, and it's funny because we used to go barefooted in the desert at night.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me in the desert at night. I don't trust it. Thanks for the shade, Speak.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to get off of here real quick. I want to share something real quick before I sign off.
Okay.
Okay, so this little feeling we all have when somebody's staring at us and we turn around and they are staring at us, we all have that ability. You have to learn how to flex that muscle. This is how I communicate with the spirits in a positive manner. Also, look up Dr. Russell Targ. I've read his book. I've got the audio book. Okay. So I would highly suggest everybody watching and listening to look up the book. You can get it on Audible. You can just listen to it. It's very informative. It's instructions on how to do this. It's remote viewing, and it's not just remote viewing. Once you start flexing that muscle, you cannot go into it with fear.
You like that spot.
You must come into it with a positive edge.
The door.
Jimmy, we've got like maybe 10 seconds. Oh. Let me see, guys. I know you can still hear me. Let me see if I can put another link in the chat. Well, that was exciting. Hold on. Maybe I can put that link back up there. See if anybody else wants to call back in real quick. Yeah, I love when you guys call in, right? That's so exciting. I think maybe we'll do like maybe 1 or 2 people at a time. If anybody wants to call back in. If not, I'll end this here shortly. Hold on. I put the new link in the Foxhole chat. There we go. There we go. I love hearing you guys' stories. And who did I miss? Thank you, Sean Joe, for the can. Much love to you guys for the birthday love. Truly, I appreciate it. You have no idea. He was talking about Dr. Russell Targ did some remote viewing work. I don't know if he did it independently or if he did that shit for the government. I'm scared to click on things. Let me see. Hold on. Hi, Joyful June. No, I'm still here. It just looked like it kicked me off for a minute. Hold on. Let me see, guys, if I can find something here for you. I could be spelling that. Oh, thanks, Weaponized Truth. Yeah, here's his website, and I know this guy probably had a whole shit ton of books, naturally. But these are the books. I don't know which one he was talking about. But yeah, the guy is like a visionary and very forward when it comes to remote viewing. So if you're interested, here, I'll drop that in the chat for you guys too. Let me let Hang 10 in the. And I'm going to try and keep this to like maybe 2 or 3 people in the chat or in the video at a time. Hi, Edge. Welcome back. At some point, I will upgrade the Zoom account, right? At some point, I will upgrade the Zoom account. I swear. There, I put the link to Russell Targ's website in the chat. So that way, if you guys are interested, you can go take a look. Thank you, Weaponized Truth. Oh, I said that. I'm losing my mind. What up, Hang 10? I got the alien.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will buy the damn Zoom Belushi. I will do it. Just got to give me a minute. Right? Did you want to finish your story real quick, Edge? Since we got booted, I'm sorry.
No, I was just reminiscing, actually. You know, everybody started talking about it. I haven't thought about that in a while, but I started thinking about that. I was like, damn, it's been 28 freaking years since I did any of that.
Yeah, I found that it left you know, like it changed my perspective on things, but I am perfectly happy to be of sound mind all the time now. Like I
But yeah,
used to feel like I needed it to have a good time. I don't feel like that at all anymore. Like I'm constantly chilling. Like I'm good.
yeah. That's what I was saying in the chat. I was like, I feel ripped off because they always told me that years later you could have those hallucinations that would come up. I just random hallucinations. In 28 years, that's never happened.
Right.
So
Well,
and
yeah,
now,
I don't have like I know some people that have had flashbacks from continual
yeah.
usage of psychedelics. It's never happened to me. Like I just feel like I'm on a permanent trip. Like I'm good. Right.
Me, that's what's wrong. That's what happened to me.
Right. Thank you, Cloaked, for the can. Much love to you. Thank you, Golden Crisp, for the chip for my Zoom fund. Yeah, I will get the Zoom, guys. I ordered the computer, right? I'm getting a toaster, and then will come the Zoom, right? I'm moving
There's
on
not an echo,
up.
is there?
You
Uh,
have your
Is there an echo?
priorities.
is your
It's
stream
really,
playing out loud? It might be echoing Edge.
yeah.
Mine.
Okay, I turned it down.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, I
Because
don't
I
think.
have a hooked up to it. I have monitors. I have a monitor here and a monitor there. So and then I have my laptop right here. So I just dawned on me that the sound's coming off the bigger TV.
It might
That's actually
be.
just two TVs.
It might be.
So I was like, holy crap, that's a little loud. And my microphone's right here.
That's why I wear headphones.
Yeah,
So
I
it
know,
doesn't.
right? Listen, at first, Alara used to make fun of my telemarketer headset. I'm like, bruh, this thing with the little, like, I have a mic, like I have one that I don't, this is so much
When you're,
simpler. And then when I'm on Space Force News, it looks like I'm in the control center, like I could actually be,
I
like,
couldn't wear one of those.
Houston.
It'd mess up my hair. And it'd mess up my hair.
right? It works. It works. If any of you guys want to call back in, I'm going to stay on here for a little bit longer. Let me get the link again. So what's going on with you, Hang Ten?
Not much. If I jump out real fast, it's because my girlfriend's.
Oh, right. She doesn't like.
Yeah.
I know she doesn't like you talking to me. It's okay.
Well, yeah. It's not that she doesn't like you,
I know. It's much love all the way around. All the way around, man.
but I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh well, I can't thank you enough.
And say hi. And yeah, I don't really have any psychedelic stories because I was always the sober one in high school. Believe it or not, I was the babysitter.
Were you?
They used to take me out and make sure there was at least one sober person there, and that was me. And it was very traumatic sometimes trying to corral.
It was like cat wrangling.
Yeah, 5 friends that are on some sort of substance or another. So,
Right. Well, I don't know. I'm always the adult of the group. Like even when I wasn't in my right
yeah.
state of mind, I was always the manager.
You always need one.
Yes, there's got to be somebody that that's officially will talk to the cops if they come. That is like in charge of making sure nobody does anything too ridiculously stupid. Like, yes, I understand. I was definitely the manager. Now, everybody calls me Nana, right? So it is what it is, I guess. Like I'll be Nana.
Yeah, it's really tough taking that responsibility sometimes, unless you're at somebody's house, especially when you're in public.
Oh,
like
in public is difficult. Being the public manager of a bunch of drunkards is very difficult.
Even today, I feel like I'm the one drinking beer, and they're like all doing shots and stuff like that, and just trying to
like there are levels. There are definitely levels. Norm, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mountain Lace, for the can. Right, there are levels to this shit, sir. You don't have to tell psychedelic stories. I don't even know how we went there.
It must have been Belushi. I'll email Belushi1 at protonmail.com and find out how we got there.
That's what you do. Guys, if you want to know how we got here, we were talking about various subjects of woo, and somehow we ended up in, I don't know, in Wonderland, but that's okay. Right? That's all right. Like, Pissy Chrissy says, yes, Nana Loyal, I'm welcome for that. Yes, she knows. I'm the adult. Anytime somebody needs an adult, I'm who they call. right? And I am
Yeah.
old now. I'm
I,
very
I
old
was
now.
in high school in the 80s and grew up in a wine, like a winery town. Most of my friends,
Ooh.
their parents worked for wineries. Like Mad Dog 2020 was made in my hometown.
Oh, good lord.
As well as Boone's Farm. Actually, anything that you buy at the gas station with a twist off
Ooh.
cap.
Right? Wild
that was-
Eye. Did you guys make some Wild Eye?
I'm not sure if that one was made there, but yeah. The Franzia box wines. Yeah, you just read the back of the labels, made in Modesto, and right in the middle of California. So that was always like fairly accessible because, like I said, most of my friends' parents worked at a winery. So that when Mad Dog 2020 was mentioned in the chat, or in the discussion, that brought back some memories.
I bet. Right. I try to stay away from my because my crazy stories are so bad that like it's not even stuff I would feel comfortable publicly sharing at this point. Like it's like that. So
I have some stories that are just unbelievable.
well, that's the thing. Yeah, people would think I was
people-
just completely like, no, you didn't. Yeah, like yeah, I did.
Well, I was telling a story one time in a bar here about like how my friend was trying to make a homemade silencer, and he lived out in the country. And
Gotta mute your stream, Jimmy.
and then all of a sudden, this guy in a booth behind me says, "I'm gonna put that in my movie. Is that okay?" I was like, "Sure, whatever." I hear that stuff all the time,
Right?
Where I live. I live in Hollywood, so and then I'm watching Scanner Darkly, and the exact scene is in that movie, and I'm like, and my friend called me and it's like going, "Did you have anything to do with this?" Because my friends were there. It's like I didn't believe the guy.
Right? Like I thought he was just talking shit. Dave MC says I used to sell Boone's Farm. Oh, that's horrible.
Strawberry Hill, man.
Yeah, there's some kind of Boone's Farm discussion going on in the Foxhole chat. Speaking of Foxhole, hold on, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on DLive, and you haven't gone to pilled.net and made an account and got the Foxhole app, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like all of your favorite people that have been kicked off of YouTube are now on Foxhole, or Rokfin for that matter. So please go to pilled.net, make the account. Get on the Foxhole app and come kick it with the peeps, man. All the bros are there. I'm telling you, it's a great place to be. That's my spiel for the moment.
Yeah, I would say something about my show on Foxhole, but
yes,
it goes up against Space Force News, so
that's
I don't
okay.
want to do that.
That's okay. We don't do that. You talk about the three beer men, right? We need beer men shows. Like we have to have them. It's an important, it's integral part of the community, and I fully support that.
Okay, I just don't feel comfortable when it's going up against your show.
There are
on
like
Sunday.
80 channels on Foxhole now. I don't even know how many. There's no time at which we can, unless it's like 3:32 a.m. that somebody could go live and there not be somebody else live. Like it just is what it is.
I'm scrolling down the list and it looks like there's almost 100 now. That's crazy.
There are so many, right? Good channels over there too. I mean, good channels over there. A lot of new people that are trying to, I guess get into streaming. I like to see it. It's good.
Yeah, shout out to Didi Style who just started.
Yeah, I saw that. I just caught
channel.
that this morning. Diddy Style has a channel on there now. That's right. Right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Joyful June. Thank you, Cloaked, for the shades, right? For some woo shades. I love the woo shades. K-Ria says, just saw a huge bottle of Everclear at the corner store. Didn't know they were still making it. Yes. Right?
Oh my gosh.
That's harsh.
Everclear.
Yeah, that's
gotta be illegal in some states still.
Right? It's gotta be harsh. Right? But yeah, we don't Norm, we don't gotta have psychedelic stories. Any stories you want to tell? If you have guys in the chat, if you have any questions for me, anything specifically you want to talk about, have at it.
Well, speaking of Boone's Farm, one time we did drive around town, or around the countryside, in the outskirts of town, and we had a bottle of Boone's Farm, and we were trying to match it up to the farmhouse, the label to the farmhouse, to find the Boone's Farm, because it was made where I
So
grew
it's
up.
got to be here somewhere, right?
And we found a house that looked like it. We drove up in the driveway. We were like, "Thank you, Mr. Boone's, for your great Strawberry Hill," and all this stuff. And
That guy was probably like,
lady-
"Get off
this
my
lady-
lawn!" Right?
this lady came out and said, "We called the cops."
I bet, right?
Get out of there.
Yeah, don't come on my property. Like, I'm serious about that shit. Like, especially now with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like, if you come up to my door talking about Jehovah, I'm gonna tell you about Jesus or something. Like, you don't want to have this conversation. You know, you might get red pilled while you're standing at my door, but you're not gonna get anywhere with me, right? Like,
I hung up a flag in my doorway. They don't come near me.
well, I keep telling people I have my little come back with a warrant doormat now. You know, I have no trespassing signs. I've got, this house is under 24-hour-a-day surveillance stickers. Don't listen. If you're brazen enough to knock on my door, you're gonna get what you're gonna get, man. Like, don't.
I'm in the middle of building a moat that's going to have gasoline around it. So if anybody comes, I'll light it
You
up.
better
and
have sharks with
they go up.
lasers, right?
Yeah,
Sharks with
gasoline.
lasers, right?
I'm still looking for the cats with the lasers to protect my property.
That would be awesome, right? Thanks, Mountain Lace. April says, "What is it like to be a fact checker?" It's difficult. It's difficult because, there's some things. There are things that I see that I personally believe, but I have to be able to pull evidence. And if I can't find a valid source for evidence, I have to mark something as unverified or whatever. Now, there are other times when I know that it's just straight liberal spin. That I can go and pull from a source and fix it. And, they give me stats on how many, a lot of these things are reported by other users. And I don't even know if I can talk about all this. I'm just going to go with it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too much more into detail.
As long as you don't sound like facts don't care about your feelings, because that hurts.
Right.
Ben Shapiro.
Right.
No.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah. Well, like if something gets reported and I know it was some bullshit, like I can prevent that from being pulled or from somebody getting knocked for that, which is good. Like I said, I can only assume that there are more people out there that do the same, that view the world the way that I do and that are doing a good job. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of knuckleheads out there that are like, oh, I don't like this, so I'm just gonna find something to confirmation bias, find something to support my theory. Like, I try to be I try to be 100 about it. I do. But it does, and it gets tiring. Like, sometimes it's just depressing shit for 8 hours a day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so ready to log off at the end of my shift. Like, I'm just done with it. Like, just done with it. You see a lot of crazy stuff doing that job. It's hard. Yeah, freaking lasers. That's right, Jeffy. Frightening
I'm
Me
getting
says
another beer. I'll be right back.
Have at it. The FEMA camps will be full of the coolest people. I bet that's true. Fact check true, right? Oh, look who's here. Alara is here in the chat. What is up, fam? Good to see you. This is part 2 of the show. We had like 10 people on here earlier. Thanks for being here. All right, and yes, Mary Maya, there are a ton of knuckleheads, right? I'm sure that do the same job that I do, that just make us all look bad.
So is anybody experiencing what's going on, what they say is going on in the news? Like, with all this, like, people's attitude, because I'm in Mobile right now. So I'm originally from Phoenix. I haven't been to Phoenix in 7 years. But being here in Mobile, there's nothing that's been going on here at all. I mean, there's been no riots. There's been no protests. There's only a protest last year, but they shut that down when they tried to go on the freeway, and they haven't even tried to do anything since. Well, and everybody's cool. I mean, I haven't had no problems with people.
It's the same it's the same way I was saying that earlier. It's the same way where I'm at. I haven't had those problems. But yes, like um when I went back to Ohio to visit, and there were mandates, and things were closed, and there were people that would argue with you in public over what you were doing. Like, it's very real in some parts of the country. I think that we see a lot of the negative shit, because that's what they want us to see.
Yeah,
They want us to feel
that's what I'm
divided. They
thinking. That's
want
what
us
I'm
to feel,
thinking
but
too.
you're also in a red place. I'm in a very red place. I
Hmm.
think it really matters where you're at. I see you, Karen Hair. Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't really gone anywhere since all this started. I've really stayed in Mobile. I've been to Florida a few times, but that's only like Pensacola area, and it wasn't like that either. I mean, everything's calm, cool, collect. I mean, there's people with the masks and stuff like that on, but not like trying to attack you because I've never worn a mask. And I actually got kicked. And last year, did get kicked out of two places. One was like a discount store. They wouldn't let. Actually, I went in, and then they had three guys escorted me out, and I'm 6'3", so they had to have three guys. Which I wasn't trying to fight anybody. I was like, what? Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, everybody else got a mask on. What do I need one for? They're
right.
like, you gotta leave. You gotta leave. So they kind of surrounded me, and and I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I was like, you're a bunch of little punk bitches, is all you are, because you were like, it was funny. But I wish I would record it. But I didn't make a big scene. But a lot of people, when I went outside, because there was a line. I mean, this place is really popular. They have a line to go in. So people were like, agreeing with me and stuff. But I didn't cause a big scene, but I did call them. I got right in their face and telling them they were punk bitches.
Well, I just listen. If I'm asked, if I go to a place and it becomes an issue, I'll leave. I'm not gonna end up on the brainworms
Yeah.
edition of YouTube either. Thank you for the super chat, Mary Maya. Much love to you. Thank you, Cloaked, for the can. Much love to you. Um, yeah, I mean, people lose their cool, and I get it. Like, I completely understand. Me personally, like, if somebody would say something to me about it, I would probably just leave. I
Yeah,
find somewhere
that's what
else
I
to go.
did. But that was last year. Now since in the past few months, I mean, I used to see people. Nobody says anything no more. I mean, most of the stores still have the employees have the masks on, especially at Walmart, just like that.
Right.
But no, but they're not enforcing it. There is some people that get that. My girlfriend told me it's cutting eye. I didn't know what it was. It was just like the dirty look, but she calls it cutting eyes.
Yes.
They'll look at you kind of sideways.
Mhm.
And so there's some of that here and there now, but not like it was 6 months ago. Because
Right.
I say I've never worn a mask. I would just go in places, and I was like, say something, fucking say
Well,
something.
I
But
have a feeling that they'll start throwing a fit about that again in a lot of places. I don't necessarily foresee that here. Um, but what is that about Belushi's email speak? Belushi1@protonmail.com. Any questions you guys have about mask mandates, you definitely want to email Belushi1@protonmail.com. He has all the answers that you need, for sure. Um, yeah, Joyful June. That was funny. She's talking. Joyful June said we need two naughty doggies to get the vibe up. I don't know if you guys saw the conspiracy couch where the dogs were going at it in the background. That was hysterical, right? Did Alara leave? Is she still here? Right, we miss you too. Yeah, they're very much looking forward to the return of Space Force News, Alara. So we got to get on it, ma'am. We got to get on it. You guys, her presentation was phenomenal. It went extremely well, as we've been told. Thank you, BCAP. Wait, what? Thank you. Good Lord. 11,073 gold pills from BCAP. Thank you. Much love to you. I appreciate it. Right? That's crazy. I'm trying to see. Does anybody else have any more questions? Yes, he said Mobile is in Alabama, I assume. Right?
yeah,
Edge?
yeah, yep, it's in Mobile.
Let me see.
That's where's another mill? I'm trying to think of where else is the other one. There's like two Mobiles in the whole United States.
Yeah.
I can't remember where the other one's at.
There, yeah, and wait, Filter Dog, yeah, there was some stuff like I know Columbia in South Carolina, like we had some like BLM riots for a while. Like it was to the point that like Google Maps would I don't know if you guys remember this or if this happened for everybody, but like where you could see like where it would show traffic, but it would also show like, riot areas on Google Maps, which was crazy. We had that for a while in Colombia. I know you were saying Rock Hill. Was that is that here? Or what am I thinking of that happened in North Carolina where those cops that dude backed that car into them cops trying to get away, and then he ended up getting shot and everybody was mad. Like that shit kills me. And
I heard about that. I heard about that
man, listen,
locally.
let me say something. We've discussed this on my channel numerous times. You guys know that I've been arrested several times. Okay, cops can definitely step over the line, but if you're acting like an asshole, what do you expect? Like, I don't know. Like people, they want to deify these people for getting into it with the police, but these people are no freaking saints. Like, I mean, they literally want to start fights and talk shit, get rough.
Yes.
Like, oh, wait a minute, guys. My cousin is in the waiting room.
I have something to say about that. I have something to say about the input on that too.
Go ahead while he's connecting to audio. I'm sure he's got a
Okay.
story for me.
I haven't had an interaction with the police since 2008.
Well, that's good.
And I've lived in Arizona, I've lived in Oklahoma, and I've lived here in Alabama, and I've traveled all between all those states. The lower south states I've traveled in between, and since then, so I've not just been in one little spot. Because somebody said, "Well, you don't go anywhere." I'm like, the fuck? I've lived in 3 states. I've traveled through numerous states. I say I do things to make sure I don't get fucking pulled over or have any interaction with the police. And even then, it was just I did a U-turn, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to do tattoos, and I was doing some tattoos. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I started doing it on the street. I went into a neighborhood and did a U-turn so I could turn back around. And this cop comes out of nowhere, but he just gave me a warning then. So, and before that, it was like maybe like 5 or 6 years. So I tried to stay away from the police altogether.
Well,
and there's things you can do. There's things you can do to not interact with the police, which is not go cause problems.
Yeah, follow the law, and if you get stopped, act like a decent human being. What up, Sam? Are you with me?
Hello.
What up, Cuddy?
Oh, what up? I just wanted to say happy birthday real quick.
Thank you. How's it going? What's going on up there?
Shit, I'm just chilling on my porch right now.
Well, I appreciate you checking into the stream, sir.
What's that?
I said I appreciate you checking into the stream.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just sitting here with
I'm
my
watching
shenanigans.
enough. I figured I could get in here.
Yes, of course. You are always welcome. I gotta tell the fam I said hello and I love them.
Sam, you look really familiar, man.
How can you even see him? It's dark as shit. Sammy, you look like, I don't know, like you're hiding in a closet.
Yeah, I'm actually laying outside. It was just, it's like thundering out here.
It's been raining there forever, huh?
Yeah. I heard you
that.
talking about the rainforest up here too.
Yeah, I know. Poppy was telling me there's been torrential downpours for like that. Mario was crying about it. It's been like that here too, like just deluge for days. I didn't know.
Yeah, it must destroy my garden.
Man, are you gardening, Sam?
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
You got to get ready.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what's up.
I got Governor DeWine up here.
I know, right?
You have to veg indoors before you go outside. All plants.
I didn't even get the chance to win $1 million.
Don't you get a chance to win $1 million? Don't nobody need that kind of $1 million, sir. Mary Maya says, "Hello, Foil's cousin." Right? Alara lost her headphones. She's trying to find some headphones, guys. She'll be back, she says. That's all right. Yeah, you definitely, Sam, you don't need, like, the fact that we have to, listen, man, at what point in history have we had to offer, like, donuts and weed and french fries and beers and $1 million? Like, if that doesn't tell
strip
you,
club and stuff,
yeah,
you get
right,
free lap dance.
free lap dances, like, if that doesn't tell you there's a problem, right? Like, at what point do we need to convince the American public that this is okay? And then the things you choose to try and use to convince them is like the worst shit ever. Like that, it blows my mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Alara says it is not wise to blare my show at the Portland airport. No, Alara, you turn it all the way up and you tell them what I said and you tell them that I said it.
Right. Take that mask
make
off.
Sure they can hear me. Fuck Portland.
People still think I live in Portland. I had changed my Twitter to say I lived in Portland, and people literally believe that. I was totally incognito during the purge.
Tell her happy birthday.
Hi. Thank you.
That's my cousin Angel. That's your guys' cousin.
Oh, I've been doxxed again, guys. That's the second time this week. Thanks, Sam. Hi, guys. Do you have all 3 kids this week?
What's that?
How many kids do you have there this week?
I got 3 kids now.
But are they all there is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, not right now. Just my boys are here.
I gotcha. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Right, we're going to watch our mouths for a minute, guys.
Nah, they went back inside. They just came to tell me it was dinner time.
Give them kisses. I'll be up there for the baby shower, I think, or for the birth. I think I missed the baby shower. I'll be up there for the birth.
Right. Oh, the preggers and keggers?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You missed that.
Yes. I missed the preggers and keggers, but I'll be up there. I
told Mario, for talking all that liberal or that conservative shit, you can't be more fucking liberal. He did the birthing, the gender reveal, and preggers and keggers bull crap. I was like, what in the hell? She already baby's room's neutral colors.
I did say something about the whole gender neutral nonsense in the room. I was like, what? Right?
Like already.
My cousin Mario, who served in the military, guys, great dude. I'm pretty convinced he married a secret liberal, and maybe he doesn't want to tell us. But yes, there was all kinds of gender neutral stuff going on in in the baby's nursery. I was like, what is this? I said, I'm not buying anything until I know what it is. Like, this is ridiculous.
That's silly.
I could imagine being in a relationship with a liberal woman.
That would probably be very difficult, right? Question for the chat. Are any of you guys in relationships with somebody that has opposing political viewpoints, or is that not a thing anymore? Like, listen, I have liberal friends. I do. And they will hear me out. You know, most of them don't even argue with me anymore at this point, as a matter of fact. Some of them have even gotten a little red-pilled, which is nice. But then again, I don't have to see them every day either. I'm just curious. If anybody else in the chat is in a relationship with somebody of opposing political viewpoints.
All right. I'm going to go grub real quick. And
all right, I love you.
On here, maybe I'll jump back on.
All right, go. I love you.
Love you too. We'll see you.
Right. Golden Crisp says, I did a preggers and birth. I had a beer at Olive Garden after work on the way to the hospital. Right. They did they had a keg party for the baby shower, which is kind of funny, but right. Golden Crisp says, I don't have any friends IRL.
That's for the adults.
Right. Yeah, 2 daughters hardcore. Wait, Cad Sparta says, had police interaction last year at the farmer's market because I wasn't wearing a mask. He threatened to trespass me, but wouldn't leave until I could buy some jalapeno peppers. Hey, you got to get what you went there for, man. You got to get what you went there for. Uh-oh. Well, guys, we got 10 more minutes left again. And I think this time I will close out the stream. I think we've bantered maybe enough. Alara's going to be on her own in the Portland airport, wandering around, right? Wandering around.
Y'all have a good night. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Much love to you. But let me get this.
Just real quick about liberal friends. I haven't known anybody that's liberal since probably the mid '90s, because I know I'm from Phoenix, and I live near ASU, and that was a hardcore. It became a hardcore liberal haven, and so I interacting with them, and there was no reasoning with them, which I wasn't trying to argue. They just wanted to argue with me all the time. So I was like, screw this. So I got to know how they are real quick way back then. So somebody starts talking a certain way, I just don't want nothing to do with. call me a hater or whatever you want to call me. I just don't want to interact with liberals, and that's, 25 years ago.
I don't know. See,
So
I
can't imagine what it's like now.
I want to have these conversations. Like, I truly don't mind. And I do have friends that disagree with me. Thank you, Golden Crisp, for the gold pills. I do have friends that disagree with me, but I think that the art of conversation is a lost art. And I think that we lose something as a society when we refuse to even interact, as hard as it is. And that just means sometimes you've got to find another way in. Like, I don't think that us going around pushing our ideas makes as much sense as maybe going around and asking the right questions. Sometimes you gotta lead these people where you want them to go. Sometimes a well-placed meme, just something, some clever quip can be enough to open a door to make people start to think on their own. And like I said, I truly think that we have lost the art of conversation in this society, and that's because that's what they want. They want us to not have conversations with each other. They want us to feel like we're divided and alone, and we're not. And most people, in all fairness, hold some mix of views. Very rarely is everybody one way or the other. A lot of people, maybe they're, I don't know, maybe they're economically conservative and a little more socially libertarian, or although, I mean, there's usually a mix of values there. And I think, like I said, we lose something when we cut others off completely. Especially we lose the opportunity to open a new door.
Well, see, that what you're saying about the art of it is the conversation is because everybody takes everything personal instead of just looking at the idea or ideas and then separating yourself from it, and then kind of like looking at it. Everybody wants to take it personal now. That's everybody does that. And I do too, to an extent, because it's like, what you want to let's see. yeah, everybody does it. It's hard not to.
I won't. I don't take it personally. I understand that there is an extreme dichotomy right now that has been perpetrated by the media, that's been perpetrated by our own government, that's been perpetrated by the sheeple effect. And that is just all the more reason for me to be exactly what they don't expect. I don't want to give these people what they think they're going to get. That's just not how I rock. I've never been that way. I'm exactly what you don't expect. That's just how I roll. But all right, well, Edge, it was nice having you with me. We've only got a few minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Much love to you. Thank you for calling in and hanging out with me on my birthday.
Well, thanks for letting me in.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
You have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Guys, it's been wonderful hanging out with you. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the love that you've shown. I can't think of a better way to have spent my day. I still got a few more hours of work to do when this is over because I work every freaking day. But I'm glad I had this chance to sit here and chill with you guys. Much love to you all, of course. Much love to you all. Filter Dog said my best friend is a whack liberal. I keep asking questions. That's right. I have some liberal friends. I'm telling you. But yeah, I love you guys. It's been great. Cannot thank you enough for all the support. I will be back Friday. There will be conspiracy theory trivia. Not sure if Belushi is rocking with me or what we're going to do. Tyler will be back next week, and it'll be back to conspiracy theory trivia with Tyler. Yes, Alara, it's over. Let me know when you get safely back to Arizona. I love you. Be careful traveling through those airports, ma'am. I love you guys, and I will catch you next time. about the scratching, folks. I'm doing it right now. I almost did forget about the scratching. Don't let me talk shit. I totally almost forgot. Hold on. I got you guys. I got you. I will let this song roll until it goes. Hold on.